in 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Janky AF and my janky life. All right, camera battery's low, microphone battery's low. We'll try to get one out here for you folks. This doesn't look like much, and if you have watched this channel before, perhaps you've seen that the end of some of our videos, actually I think it's really only the Aerostar videos nowadays because I do a no social media outro on these videos. Neither here nor there. We have this little montage where it's Neil Armstrong saying one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind, and it's me moving one of my Aerostars, actually the brown Aerostar, like 2 feet in a garage, which took me like 3 days to actually get in there because I parked it in forward. Getting in there with a jumper pack was a whole deal. So just moving the thing under its own power was like a huge deal. That's sort of how we operate here, and this was not under its own power. However, we have managed to move it from where I am standing right here about you know, maybe 6, 8 feet laterally, which opens up this garage bay, which is full of crap, as you can see. I just got these great frames. Shout out to Wiley for giving me these wonderful frames. But now we have a clear path for the Fiat to move out. So that is great. It's almost October. Not as fast as we'd like to progress, but here we are. So a great, also huge shout out to my buddy G6 who came by with his great truck, and we were able to, using this tow strap, which then we forgot and is still hooked up to the axle of the vehicle, pull that out into the road. I have footage of this, so I will try to link it in here. There's the great doggos. Say hi, boys. Say hi, Milo. Hi, Braggy. Hi, Milo. Oh, hello. Hello. I always wave at the neighbors or bark at the neighbors if you're a dog. Anywho, so we got the vehicle, the red Aerostar moved. Again, we had to just, I was so sick of trying to start it and everything, just had called in the big guns, and shout out to the great G6 who helped us move this. Now, we pulled it out on the road. I don't know if the rear brakes or the drums are locked up or something. I was in neutral, but it just seemed like it was tough even to push it. So we towed it out into the road, as I guess you've seen at this point, and just pushed it back, cranked the wheel. Didn't get it perfectly lined up with where we wanted it, but the idea is sort of gamble on myself here, and if I can get this, well, everything cleared out, but if I can get this garage door back up and running, clear out some of the cabinets in here, and then also break down this entire wall, which is a very tall task. Just stepped on a piece of bumper. Then, in theory, I can just roll or drive or push or using a come along, I don't know. The idea is maybe we can get it in here before the winter, which would be great. We'll see if that happens, but it's a step in the right direction, and now I can get the Fiat out, like I said. I can park the great Prius here. We'll park the great Subaru here, and all is well with the world. So look at these are the tires that, well, the previous owner actually put one tire on the donut. Look at how shredded these are, just unbelievable. And these ones aren't much better. And I do have this set right here of steel wheels and, you know, just kind of junky tires that the green Aerostar came on. So I'm hoping to swap it over, and I do want to see what it'll look like on steel wheels, because you know me and steel wheels. This is sort of a different type of steel wheel there. Anywho, the great Tennessee plate on there, the bumper's shot. The goal would be to, maybe I can kind of cob job this bumper up and then get a front bumper for the front. If we can get bumpers on it that look halfway decent and get the steel wheels on it so this donut's not on it. Still holding air, by the way. So clean under here. I don't know if you can see under here, but it's I don't know if this is a new differential because it's got that sticker on it, but just unbelievably clean. All the frame rails and everything great, no rust at all, and the rocker's a little bent from a jack situation there, but you know, obviously the bones are very good. We just need to get a little bit better on some of the mechanical internals, and it's a work in progress like everything. But oh, there's Lenny. Holy cannoli, Lenny just came shooting out of nowhere. Speaking of the Prius, which I just mentioned, and look at this. As we get distracted here, I did the Twilight episode. I don't know how much of this you've seen. I moved this giant rock by myself using a pickaxe, and this 2x4 is a leverage point. 40-foot ladder. If anyone wants a 40-foot ladder, let me know. All the 2x4s that came from $1 Million View. Drop cloth has got to get shaken out, and these posts eventually, you know, my goal was to get the parts Fiat out of here after I get the non-parts Fiat out and build some sort of a little lean-to, but just getting all this cleared out was sort of like a massive endeavor, or a sizable one anywho. So that is ready for a vehicle, or if I really had my wits about me and more time and resources, I could build like a little bit more deluxe lean-to that I could maybe store the brown Aerostar under, keep it under cover at least, because it's going to be hard to get the green and the brown Aerostar up to $1 million view, because we have sort of a parking situation up there with not only the Buick, but the, at this point, legendary El Camino. That is not mine, and I would prefer to have not there anymore. However, we'll see how that goes. If it goes on much longer, who knows? One day I may be the new owner of an El Camino, but we'll see how that goes. The Prius, stuffed full of crap, needs a clean out. Hopefully, with any luck, I'll get this cleaned out today. It's just amazing. Even like, I'll have it completely cleaned out, vacuumed out, everything, and like it takes about a week for this thing to just become completely, you know, just full of crap and junk. I got to write 2 receipts up today, all my mail here, got to pay the garbage bill. So it's, you know, 2 days is really not long enough. Plus I got to mow one more time, which means doing another sort of hoop-de-hoop on musical Aerostars, as it were. So got some work ahead of us, but I'm just working on a new art piece, which I'm very excited about. Got to do that. Rode on a scenic railroad yesterday through the fall foliage with the Sweetheart. That was very beautiful. So trying to, you know, have a good work-life balance here and all that. And we have, of course, the giant trash pile, which I'm going to start trying to work on too. Not much progress to report there. Kitty litter box is not even mine. That came from $1 Million View. Some of this is recyclable. We'll try to separate that out, and some of this can probably be burned. And others, I think, if I just like sort of, you know, with a Sawzall or something, chop it up into smaller pieces, we can just put it in big black trash bags and take it with a normal trash. I try not to make them too heavy or overloaded, so as not to, you know, burden the great garbage service that we have, because we do appreciate those folks. So, just a late September day, absolutely gorgeous. The sun's out. It feels like, you know, July or August, maybe not quite, but this is the perfect time of year. I absolutely love this weather, and I just hope that I have enough good sunny days ahead of me that we can get some real progress done on the garage. But you know, it's slow going. Here's the other frame I got from Wiley, and shout out to him. Just like this incredible piece. I mean, so ornate. I don't know what the exact dimensions are, but these frames, even in thrift shops these days, are getting really expensive, and he sort of cleared out a house, and previous owners that were selling the house didn't want it, so we'll put some sort of either particle board or maybe a canvas. We'll see. I like painting on these. I just went to the Portland Museum of Art in Portland, Maine. If anyone's ever been there, I had a quick little Janky do thank you trip out there. I do get away every once in a while, and very grateful to do that. But a lot of old artwork you see is like, you know, it'll be like oil on board. So people painting on boards as opposed to canvas is not unheard of. And there's something nice about how flat the texture is as opposed to a canvas. So you can do really sort of minute, infinitesimal detail on a board. I'm not sure how it holds up long term, but you know, that's not everything turns to dust eventually, except maybe a Ford Aerostar. So there you have it. I just wanted to give a quick little update on things around here. It's becoming cliche. It's almost insulting at this point, but a 1986 manual transmission Aerostar just went up on Bring a Trailer, silver, I believe, and it might even be a cargo. If anyone wants to check that out, I highly recommend. Hoping to get a full episode in on that and give my full review of that Aerostar. But an 86 manual, obviously very near and dear to my heart. Obviously I have the brown one, and then the blue 86 manual that I sold to my good buddy Evan. Same person I sold the wonderful Jetta to. So he is like so wonderful, because he takes all my janky junkers that I can't really manage to keep maintained, and he really gives them new life. So an 86 manual, first year of the Aerostar with the manual transmission, a real sort of noteworthy Aerostar in the pantheon. So hopefully I'll get my thoughts on that in full out there soon before the auction ends would be nice. So there you have it. Nice little toilet tour here. We got the Jackie Robinson, the Mariana Rivera ping pong toilet, Sesame Street toilet. Shout out to Jarvis, who I just talked to on the phone. That's the Valet, Janky by Valet toilet. And this one I got to get to good friends Shane and Hannah. Shout out to them. They just had a little baby, and that was a sort of post-wedding wedding gift that, I don't know, they live in Australia, so that's going to be, or New Zealand, I guess. That's going to be hard to get over there. But maybe we'll just drop it off at the in-laws' house, and then they can, I hazard to say this, but deal with it, quite honestly, because I need to create some more space. So, quick stationary tour of the Aerostars, but obviously these ones are both running under their own power. The green one now has some lights on the dash. That's fun. So I better get to it, I think. I'll save you my sort of meandering thoughts on the fall and all that, but I am enjoying the weather. I hope you're doing the same wherever you are. And we will have another episode of My Janky Life here on Janky AF coming very soon. And until then, Janky do thanky. Always wave to the neighbors. All right, one more time. Janky do thanky.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.